Hey guys, this is Fusebox, and I am super excited to have finally gotten, other than Yoshi, my first Shadowkin, and absolutely more than I could have hoped for. Alright, so I pulled a one shard, a void shard, and kind of out of place because I'm saving up for the fusion event. I pulled Oboro, however you say it. We're going to call her Obo, and she is absolutely amazing. She is void. There's your first plus. She's an attack champion for the Shadowkin, and that's what she does. She tears things up. So we're gonna go through her kit real quick. She's a legendary. She looks like a legendary. She acts like a legendary. Her numbers add up like a legendary. So a very interesting kit too. She's gonna be so solid. Pretty much anywhere you want to take her. Anywhere you want to bring a damage dealer. Alright, she attacks one enemy on her A1, spreading chaos. It has a 50% chance when booked to place the big version of decreased defense. Absolutely great. We've seen a lot of A1s. When an A1 can take down attack or defense, it's always good. It can always play in on, say, an unkillable team for the clan boss, but this is a little bit different. She will attack all enemies, making this an AoE instead, if the target is under 4 or more debuffs. So you're in control of that. You can make that happen if you wish for it to happen. We're going to definitely try to show that off because it turns an amazing hit that can put decreased defense down into a defense break on the entire team. She can play that role as well. It just depends. You may have some of those really special heroes that can throw out 4 poisons on everybody. You only need one person to have the 4 debuffs to get this to work. Let's move on to Mystic Smoke. It attacks one enemy 2 times, so it's a 2-hitter. It's odd that they start with the second hit, but let's start with the second hit. The second hit has a 100% chance of transferring all debuffs from her to whoever she's attacking. That's great. If somebody's got you slowed and maybe they've got your attack down, throw that onto the enemy when you attack with your second hit. Before that happens, the first hit has a 100% chance of stealing all the buffs from the enemy you attack, as long as you're under a veil or a perfect veil. We'll get into that in a minute. It's pretty common for her to be under. But the way this happens, so your first attack steals the buffs, strengthening you, maybe giving your attack increase, whatever buffs they have. Then she takes the second hit and lays her debuffs onto the enemy. Absolutely amazing. Alright, so then you've got Ninja Arts. This is kind of what she's all about here. This increases her crit rate. It's a 3-turn cooldown once she has books. Obviously, I want books. Her damage will be even higher. It increases her crit rate and crit damage by 30%. You can't beat that. And then it places Perfect Veil on this champion for 2 turns as long as it's a crit. So as long as she has 70% crit, this will always hit as a crit, and it hits hard. All these moves hit very hard. Then there's her passive. She gets a revive on death anytime she receives Veil or Perfect Veil. So if you really want to keep this up, you're going to go ahead and group her up with somebody like Duchess, or I believe it's Rector Drath puts up a lot of Veils. Anybody that can throw up Veils is going to help her out. But we're going to show how this revive on death actually makes her very solid because she's a glass cannon, and I like how lately these strong attack champions are getting ways to mitigate damage or survive through damage. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Kratraxa, who's able to put revive on death every time she kills an enemy. So we'll go over all this, but we're not done yet. There is an aura that is absolutely amazing. 33% attack aura in all dungeons for all allies. So this is absolutely useful. We'll go ahead and look at my masteries. Alright, she needs accuracy for the decrease down to swap the buffs. It's super cool, super important, so at least try to get her over 200 to be useful. I took my accuracy. I took Lore of Steel. We'll talk about gear in a minute. I always try to get Evil Eye to get more use out of a hero. Sniper, because that chance is a 50% chance on the decreased defense, sorry. I'm unbooked as well, so I took Sniper to help out. Now this is a pretty basic build, crit into crit damage. I do like taking, while I have full health, I do more damage on my first hit. I also do more damage. That's to make sure that I can really smack, at least when I start a round. Whirlwind of Death, speed up as we kill people. Cycle of Violence, I want to get back to that ninja move that gives me my crit rate, crit damage. Absolutely amazing. Throws my perfect veil on. Kill Streak, strengthen up. A1, she's going to use this a lot. We want to strengthen it up. And then Helm Smasher. Helm Smasher is the go-to for waves and for arena. Now, if you're going to take her through dungeons into bosses, it's up to you if you want to move into War Master and try to get a little bit more damage against the boss, but less damage against the waves. So how do you build her out? Look, if you're going to put her in a set, Savage is going to be the best you could probably give her. You'll probably end up with a perception set or an accuracy set, trying to make sure you hit over 200 accuracy. But don't squish somebody into a set if you don't have the stats. So what I went with was one cruel set, so I can ignore some defense and increase my attack. And I did go with a perception set and a crit damage set to get the most out of her that I could. Crit damage gloves, absolutely the best way to go. Look at those wonderful crit rate rolls. That always makes it easier to put crit damage gloves on. Attack percentage, I do need a 6-star, but for now I'll take what I can get. It had a little bit of speed, a little bit of crit rate. I had some great speed boots with 2 rolls on attack. Lots of attack and some crit damage. We've got some crit damage, some crit rate here to help out reaching over 70. Remember, you don't have to hit 100 with her. You as long as you're over 70, she'll keep her crit rate up higher, about 30%. So we took more attack. Pretty much a basic build, a strong weapon with good. Everything's perfect on here. I got 1 roll on crit damage, crit rate, attack, percentage, and speed. Can't beat that. The accuracy banner with an attack roll. You know, we just started collecting on the Shadowkin, so I'm using what I got. But I did have a good crit damage necklace, and it actually came with some accuracy. I'm gonna wear that, and then an attack ring with attack rolls. Pretty simple, right? What do you want her to look like? You want her to look like a killing machine. That's what you want. A lot of attack, over 70 on your crit rate, and you want a ton of crit damage. That's it. So without being booked, there will be times that I will not crit. Okay, there's going to be times I miss because she's not getting back around to increasing her crit rate as much, which is just fine because I'm going to book her out without a doubt. Marginal, but I'm over 200 on the accuracy so that I can use her. Let's take her into some content. First, the easiest way for me to show you how amazing her ability to put on her own perfect veil and get that revive on death is to put her in here, because she should not, could not, and would not survive going through here without that move. So let's just we're just gonna let her go. We're gonna let her go. She's gonna slam somebody for 52,000 like it's nothing, and then ninja arts. Now she's got revive on death because of her perfect veil. She's just absolutely killing people. 90,000 on that hit, 61 on that hit, and as long as we get back around to that ninja arts, well, there we go. We put perfect veil back on, and then we don't care if we die for another couple rounds. The issue we have is each time we go into a new round, we lose that revive on death, so we're waiting to get back to that ninja arts. Now we're safe as can be. Look at the damage she throws out. We're going to study the damage more. That's why I didn't slow that down. That was to show how amazing her ability to keep herself alive, or under a veil, alive and hitting hard. Because absolutely she would not go through that if she didn't have the mechanics of putting on a veil and getting revive on death. So let's take her into, let's go into a dungeon and let's set things up to kind of show off her damage. Did we bring her in here? Okay, so I've already brought her in here once. What we want to do, let's take this slow and steady and see what she actually has under the hood. Take this off auto. Okay, we're gonna take down the defense on everybody. Sorry guys, I don't have a Draco. I can't take them. I can't weaken and take the defense down. So we're just gonna hit with only defense break. What we want to do now is put down as many debuffs as we can. Alright, so we don't have 4 yet. So we're going to start out by buffing ourselves up, giving ourselves a perfect veil, and just hitting somebody who is under a break defense. So let's see what she does here. Let's check out the animation too. So 70,000 with nothing but defense down on that enemy. Now we are buffed up with crit rate. We can't be killed, or we will revive anyways. So let's try to put some stuns out. We're looking for 4. Now we have what we need to turn her A1 into a full-on attack. So we'll just kind of play around here and get back to our main hero. So here we go. We have 4 debuffs. If we A1, her simple A1 move can attack here. Let's slow it down, and it will become an AoE. And you see, we decrease the defense. We reset decreased defense on everybody here. That was actually pretty lucky. I think we hit it on everybody. So she can be your defense break as well, as long as you bring the other elements you need to put up 4 debuffs. We can throw in decreased accuracy so that no matter what happens, we're ready to go. And then we'll check out her last move real quick. Let's just start using our special moves here. Let's see. No one's gonna survive much longer. So here we have this attacks. Okay, we are under a veil. We can steal this buff, and if we had any debuffs, we also would place them upon the enemy. So let's just basically, what we're gonna see is we are gonna steal this block buffs, debuffs buff, but we're really looking at damage. Her A2, I believe that is so that was 2 hits at about 20,000. Not her strongest of moves. It's a strong move. Her other moves are godlike though. So let's just let's let this go through and see, without War Master, going up against a full team that have the War Master ability. She's amazing, flat out amazing. She knocked it out of the park without the War Master mastery. She still was the highest damage. Absolutely amazing. Alright, so now let's get to where we're gonna have real fun with her. She's absolutely a monster. So let's bring her into arena. And so this setup, we got 2 power hitters, a debuffer, and a speed. Pretty basic. Speed into debuffs into 2 nukers. So let's just set this up and decide how we want to use her. Let's hope we can debuff this team. Great, their defense is down. So they went straight for the throat. They went straight for the throat and they took her out. They took Oboro straight out. Let's just let's go ahead and get through this, because I'm not letting it. We're not going down that easy. Not letting it happen like that. Not my Oboro. Okay. Oboro is coming back for it. We're coming back. We're gonna get him. Okay, so where's here's a Valkyrie. And look at, they got a much higher attack team power than us. Maybe this fight will give us something to play around with. So we did win the speed fight. That's great. We can only debuff probably a handful of them. We got 3, not 2. Oh, actually we got 2. Not too bad though. We're gonna take that first hit. Gotta do some damage on these guys. Now, this is where we pretty much choose who we want to wipe. We've got a reviver that We don't want him alive, but Rush Guard, if he sets off, they'll start taking no damage. So let's just try to finish Rush Guard off. One hit, strong build, took him out. Alright, so they did revive him. We're going to boost ourselves up because now we want to pick on... Let's just get rid of all that health power. And then what does she do? She puts it right back on. Oh, we just got into a real fight now. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Alright, so this is where we can steal buffs. We don't really have any buffs to lay onto the enemy, but we do have a counter attack that we can steal off this guy. So there, it's ours now. He's dead now. Moving on. Let's try to wipe that counter attack down by one. Didn't get it. So much fun though, and so much control. Thinking about which move you actually want to use too. So these guys now have block damage buffs up. This is gonna be fun. Control some turn meter maybe. I mean, what are we gonna do here? Let's see, nobody. I could probably still land the decreased defense. No. And we took old Rush Guard out so early. Alright, so let's see if we can land. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting around to it. Alright, so hang on just 1 second. Alright, so what are we gonna do? We still have a lot going on with this blocking damage, so we'll go ahead and let's get Valkyrie out of here. It's not like she's any fun to play with. I kind of like, man, I like having fun. Look at Nogdar just keeps popping back up. These teams are fun. It's fun to not play with your normal average team. You go in, try to work your way through all the moves. So we've got to get through these block damage buffs. Alright, we'll be able to bring her back here shortly. Let's get that block damage. It's never going away, is it? it's there forever. Alright, there we go. Keep that turn meter down. Let's see if we can't get him debuffed. Only halfway. Let's bring back our Shadowkin. See if we can get back around to her. Hey, you know what? We're not playing with this guy anymore. We're just killing him. She's absolutely amazing, absolutely fun. If you can, now if you pair her up with somebody like Duchess that keeps putting Veil on, she'll always have her revive on death, which makes her a lot like Nogdar. She'll just keep popping back. Fun as can be. This champ is gonna play well anywhere you want. She's Void. She's in the new faction, so you know you want her for your faction crypts. Where does she go? Oboro. Man, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Just the aesthetics are simply some of the best in the game too. They really did add a lot of detail this go around with these new heroes. I'm impressed. Definitely cool. Got some kind of wind gliding off of her blades. Super cool. If you got her, good. Congrats. If you we're sitting in the middle of a 2x event for Void Shards, so there is a chance that you get your first, aside from Yoshi, maybe your first one. I broke all my rules to build her out. I should be waiting to do all this, my gear, and upgrading her, ranking her up, ascending her. I wanted to wait to do that for any heroes until this fusion event that's coming up, but I saw in her kit, she's strong. She's legendary strong. She can compete with all of my legendaries. And I've got Nogdar, I've got Septimus, I've got Blood Gorge. She is right up there with them. She's hitting for 100,000 through waves. Absolutely top notch. Had to get a guide out on her. Had to just brag on her. That's it, man. We're going to let it go with that. I'm going to try to get some rest. It's been a long week for me, but guys, good luck pulling for heroes. Good luck trying to get new Shadowkin. I hope you all have a chance of getting Oboro, or however you pronounce it, Obo. She's absolutely amazing. But until next time, enjoy the grind.